Oh, I just, do you have a minute? I just had a question.
Sure.
You sound like you're busy somewhere.
Well, I'm driving, but that's okay.
Oh, are you sure? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I got hands free. So.
oh, perfect. I've been reading articles on JW.org and watching videos. I just wondered, why are they so against higher education?
Um, Actually, we're not.
Well,
We kind of discourage going to university.
kind
We
of.
kind of discourage young ones leaving their family and throwing themselves out in a potentially spiritually or morally challenging situation. Um, and the fact of the matter is, uh, we find so many of our young ones uh, can serve God better by learning a trade where there's a greater demand for that, and they have more flexible hours, and um,
What would it?
so
Well, what you said at first, they don't disallow it. I mean, I researched it myself. I went on, this is what I did. I went on the Watchtower Online Library, and
mm-hmm,
in quotation marks, I put higher education. So I can just tell you from skimming it, it's associated with the devil and Satan's world. It distracts from the organization. It is a danger to your relationship with Jehovah. It's unspiritual. One quote was kind of interesting. It said, "Your children should be prepared because they might face temptations involving higher education, pursuing higher education, dating, or using alcohol or drugs." So let's see. Vigilant Christians refrain from using the world to the full with regard to higher education. It's dangerous. And there was many stories about teachers encouraging kids that are intelligent and have potential, and maybe even could get a scholarship, and how to refute them, and they present that as
okay.
like a temptation. There was actually also a talk called Stand Firm Against the Devil's Crafty Acts in the Field of Education. And it's on
Mm-hmm.
archive.org if you want to hear it.
Um, so yeah, it is discouraged, um, and it's. I'll tell you what, we've got some timely information on that. Um, if you have access, if you go on jw.org, there's a governing body update number 5 that was just released today that talks about this very thing, and it does highlight the dangers in uh, going off to college and going off to university. And as you know, oftentimes kids go to college and they go to, they spend their whole time partying and carousing and getting involved in sexual immorality and over drinking and so forth. And so, yes, we see that as a danger to our young ones.
Well, what is the age where you'll stop trying to protect them from dangers? It sounds very controlling to me. Like, I've raised kids. I consider them an adult by 18.
Well, I remember how I was at 18.
Uh-huh.
I don't
I
really
know, but
consider
when, okay,
myself
but I was
uh,
asking, when
fully mature.
would you let them make their own decisions? When would you? If it's not 18, would it be 30? Would it be 25?
Well, I think they can make their own decisions, but
Doesn't sound like it.
well, so we want to make sure that they understand the dangers,
You,
right?
yeah, but I was just asked, of course, that there's many dangers. There's many differing points of view, which people will be exposed
Mm-hmm.
to. So,
Mm-hmm.
how, I mean, if you're confident in that there's proof that, Jehovah's Witnesses is the only channel on earth and all those kind of things, shouldn't be really too threatening, really, if they really
Well,
want to stay in that. But anyway, there's also, this is interesting too. There's also in the elder's book, it talks about they might have to consider removing a person from being an elder if a member or if, of his household pursues higher education.
Well, let me suggest this to you. Why don't you watch that video? It's governing body 2025 governing body update number 5.
So will they apologize to all the people who didn't go to college because of the organization? In particular, people who had a very passionate desire for a certain type of field and didn't go. Also because they were instructed that they will never grow up in this system of things in 1969 Awake magazine. Did they ever apologize anywhere for that? I don't find it funny. I'm glad
I just find it interesting that you feel that there's a need for that. If I decided that was wrong, that I made a bad decision not going to college, I can still do that at this time. But I'm not convinced that is always the best path to take.
Well,
if you want to serve God fully.
Yeah, the point isn't really your opinion, but the point is that they said this. They said, if you are a young person, you need to face the fact that you will never grow old in this present system of things.
And we were wrong about that.
Right. And do you know how many people base their lives on it? Because they were taught that you must obey Jehovah to have God's approval, and that they're channeling the spiritual food from Jehovah. So have they issued a retraction or helped those poor people now who didn't make any plans for anything because they were told they'd never grow up?
Well, are you a Bible reader at all?
Sure.
Okay, so are you familiar with Matthew 6:30?
Well, I don't have it memorized. Which verse is that?
Where it says that's the verse that says, "Keep on seeking first the kingdom, and His righteousness, and all that you need will be added to you. God will take care of us."
That's not what I was asking about. I was asking about.
Well, if you're saying that you didn't get to go to college, that you're going to be destitute, or
yes, many are.
God's not going to take care of you.
Yeah, many are, and they talk about it. It hurt their lives tremendously. And since you're talking about the Bible, did Jesus warn of false prophets?
Yeah, He did.
Yeah, so they qualify really more than any other group I can think of.
Well, these are not prophecies. We're basing what we say on what the scriptures say.
Since that was wrong, that was not
what's going to happen in the last.
Since that was wrong and very specific, it was not based on scripture. But you have to obey the channel anyway to have Jehovah's approval. So, it really doesn't matter what they say. They can.
No.
Well, there's a quote to that effect in the literature. You must obey the slave.
Well, that's interesting. It's interesting that you obtained a copy of the Elders book.
Oh, it's online. I mean, it's been leaked. It's always leaked. That must mean some elders are PMOs. Do you know what a PMO is?
No.
It stands for physically in, mentally out. Because their loss would be so great if they leave. So there's even PMOs high up, because I heard about that new light you're talking about a couple days ago.
Uh-huh.
They leaked that too.
You considered about this. Is this because of something that happened to you personally?
Oh, no.
Okay, so you're just enjoying an opportunity to attack Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, is that what you call it? So no one.
That's what I call it.
It's kind of an obvious. It's kind of an obvious question, really. And if you would talk to some of the people that were exposed to all of this, you would find that.
I know there's plenty that have left Jehovah's organization
because they don't believe They don't believe. No, they're not going their own way. Some have even become mainstream Christians. But they feel it's false because it's flip-flopping all over the place. There's a PDF and they claim it's all from Jehovah at the time, and then it goes down the memory hole instantly as soon as they change it to the opposite.
Jehovah gave us free will and allowed us to make our own decisions.
Well, you're changing the subject.
Whether those are good decisions or not.
Yeah, you're just changing the subject.
If somebody's disgruntled because they didn't like what was taught and they leave the organization.
No, it's not that they didn't like it. It's that it was false. So you're reframing. I know they teach you to do that. It keeps you from really thinking about
No,
it.
they don't teach us to do that.
Yes, because they all speak so similarly. Like for example,
Okay.
when you
I
said,
don't. I don't think there's. I don't think there's a good reason to continue this
"Oh,
conversation.
it's
Because
been
I
fun."
really don't think it's productive.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was. I think it was. Thanks so much for talking to me.
Okay.
God
Bye
bless.
now.
God bless. I've been reading things on jw.org, and I just had a quick question about something. I've been doing some research. Do you mind if I run it by you?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's a talk because a lot of their talks, especially during conventions and stuff, are posted online in a site called archive.org. I mean, I don't know if it's on jw.org, but actually, this one was called Higher Education, a Crafty Act of the Devil. And the site has a summary of that talk. It says, lecture from a Circuit Assembly of Jehovah's Witnesses. The outline was produced by the governing body. Young witnesses are encouraged not to pursue higher education, which is viewed as one of the devil's crafty acts. Instead, young witnesses are encouraged to be full-time door-to-door pioneers. What do you think about that?
I'm sorry. Can you please go ahead again?
Read it again?
No, I'm sorry. 1 second.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Do you want me to start over again? Are you the same person?
No, that was my daughter. She's 14.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, she seemed to want to go ahead, but because I said I had a question, I've been reading
Yes, ma'am.
the website jw.org and doing some other research. And I wanted to ask about a talk that they had. This is on a site called archive.org. It's not it doesn't have any certain agenda. It just archives like things like talks and lectures and books and things like that. It's actually really interesting. But so it's a talk that they had called Higher Education, a Crafty Act of the Devil. And I listened to it, but they have a little summary on here about it. So it was called Stand Firm Against the Devil's Crafty Acts in the Field of Education, lecture from a Circuit Assembly of Jehovah's Witnesses. The outline for the lecture was provided by the governing body. So it says, young Jehovah's Witnesses are encouraged not to pursue higher education, which is viewed as one of the devil's crafty acts. Instead, young witnesses are encouraged to be full-time door-to-door pioneers. So, are you familiar with those ideas?
It sounds like it's very pasted together. What year was that taken from?
This was added on here in 2009, so it must have been somewhere around that time.
Yeah, and it sounds like they just took kind of like bits and pieces of talk and, put it together on there.
Well, this is an academic site, and I actually listened to it, and I feel that's exactly what it's communicating.
Okay.
So, I mean, how do you feel about that?
What's your agenda here?
To ask how you guys feel about that. I'm just kind of
to ask me personally.
Yeah.
So I'm a mom. I have 2 kids,
Uh-huh.
and I want the best for my children. Obviously, when I was growing up, I could not afford to go to higher education because I was raised by a single mom. So I had to do an apprenticeship program. I'm a licensed optician for my profession, and that has paid my bills and has taken care of me and my family. I have a vehicle. I have a home. So, if you're asking me personally, that's what worked for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could work for one person.
I'm encouraging my children to get a job, to support themselves, absolutely, I'm going to do that.
Okay, well, I wasn't really asking about one person. I'm asking, what's your opinion of them being this dogmatic about something that really should be decisions for parents and their children? Because once they're 18...
Well, like I said, that article is just kind of like pieced together. It's not, and plus it's taken from a talk that's from, a circuit assembly. It's not in print. So,
well, I believe there's also things in print along a similar line. very much so. Like there's letters to elders that say you might not be able to continue serving if you, your wife, or children pursue higher education. So then it gives all these questions. It kind of depends and stuff like that. So,
and again, I'm going to ask you, what's your agenda here?
I just wanted to ask, what is the thought about it? Do you all do
what's
that?
What's your thought about it? What are you trying to accomplish? Let me ask you that.
Oh, I just wanted to talk about it because, the new light coming out, it came out already today. The new light on higher education.
The new light?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's on the governing body update that was just posted today.
Okay.
Did you think they would ever change
that? Did you watch that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
And what did you think of it?
Well, it's a complete 180. They even had an article in the Awake magazine in 1969 said, don't bother going to college because you'll never grow up in this system of things.
Okay. So it sounds like you're pretty familiar with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why you're trying to ask me my opinion.
Well,
I gave you my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. But you didn't really directly speak to the issue. I know, I'm glad it worked out for you.
It's not an issue for me.
Okay.
It sounds like you're trying to create an issue.
Oh, well, I think if you research people who were affected by that, it is a huge issue, and it really hurt their lives, People that wanted... Were
you one of them?
No.
Were you one of them?
No.
Okay.
I just know some personally.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for them. Mm-hmm. And that was a choice that they made. Nobody had a gun to their head. Everybody has a choice. Yeah, they kind of do. It's considered. No, they don't. It's considered a very high control, toxic type group by outside experts that have criteria for that, and this would be definitely one of them. Listen, lady, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Don't call this number again. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. My name is Christine. I just had a quick question about something. I've been watching some videos and talks on jw.org.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the talk about higher education.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found that kind of startling, actually, because I looked up the term higher education in the Watchtower online library. And I was, I saw all the things that they have said about it in the past.
Right. Yeah.
And also there's in the current elders manual, it says the brothers may be removed if a member of their household pursues higher education. And then it has some kind of all these questions you have to ask them about it to determine what their motive is and all these things. That's the current elders manual. It's called Shepherd the Flock of God.
Yeah, and so in the latest talk, they kind of like put it like on a personal decision, or your own conscience. You have to take in consideration, all the facts, but it kind of like changes a little bit towards you have to respect, each individual's decision. That I just heard the talk or saw it earlier today, so I kind of have to see it again. It's kind of like see it with more detail. But that's the impression I got the first time I heard the talks. I don't know if you kind of like, is that the kind of like the same feel that you have, or?
Well, in one way, it was a total new light because they had never said it was a conscience matter, and they have a lot of really strong quotations about that. And not only that, it has influenced many, many Jehovah's Witnesses over all these decades to even turn down scholarships. There's articles in the online library about what to do if a teacher's trying to get you to take a scholarship that you're offered. And now these people are trying to retire, and they don't have enough money to retire. So since the Watchtower organization is worth a lot of money, and you can research that for yourself, they have a lot of real estate investments, stocks, and things like that. Maybe they could give some cash to those people that they derailed their careers essentially to work for the organization. So they don't seem
Right.
to actually even mention those people. It just goes down the memory hole. Are you not supposed to talk about that? And I can tell you that there are many, and they are talking about it now, and it's very sad. It's
Right.
very
Yeah. No.
sad.
I believe it. Yeah. It's one of those uh, issues that has affected. In my case, I grew up, as a Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's growing up. It was almost like something like a sin. You couldn't go.
Definitely.
I had to.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And they were
yeah.
claiming that they claim that all the direction is from Jehovah. So that kind of sets up a
Right.
kind of problem. Then when they make 180 degrees change, was that from
Right.
Jehovah? In 1969, they told young people, you'll never grow up in this system of things, because they were predicting the end so close. And so don't worry about your career or anything. Well, now those people are retirement age.
Yeah. That's like you said. It's a big. It's like a 360, 180. No, 180.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it kind of suggests the thought that, is their direction really coming from Jehovah?
Right. Yeah. It's. I'm gonna have to see it again. That talk and kind of like go over it again, because it's. I've seen it once, but it kind of like blew my mind. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
it's a quite a different thing.
Well, yeah, it is. And I find it very shocking that they make no reference to the people that obeyed the previous direction. And let me tell you,
Right.
they're very devastated by this. That it just goes down the memory hole. They don't care about people. That's why people call it more like a corporation under the guise of a religion. That's what researchers call it. Very controlling. They consider it a very high controlling, very toxic type of group. So that's gaslighting, just ignoring all those people. And no problem. They said in one talk they have no need to apologize or be embarrassed about previous wrong teachings. They just call it a refinement, even if it's totally different.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, there's a large group of people that were affected or had to go through this. But yeah, it's one of those. So we'll have to like review it and see how to approach that. Yeah, because a lot of people are gonna have questions and like I said, comments.
And some people
Yeah.
feel like they're just saying that it's a conscience matter for some of the governments that are investigating the Watchtower right now. Some governments feel they violate human rights by baptizing children to a lifelong contract and things like that. So maybe they and even in the talk, did you notice he said that, now no one should judge you, and then he gives like 10 points on how it's dangerous, it's from Satan,
Right.
and you're like, what, you're just judging everybody right now, while you just said it's kind of like it's a conscience matter, but you really better not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you grew up in
Yeah.
it? Did you stay with it the whole time?
Yeah, I stayed in the whole time. Yeah, throughout my adult life. Yeah, so far. But no, that's really interesting. But I'm gonna have we have a service meeting right now at
Okay.
9:15.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, I did too. Thanks so much. What's your name?
My name is Julio.
Okay,
Julio,
hi.
yes.
I'm Christine, and well, God bless you with this. And the Bible, if you just read it on its own face, it says that faith in Christ is salvation. Not the word organization is not even in the Bible. So that's just an interesting thing to consider. Read the Gospel of John in a different translation.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a good day.
You too. God bless you. Bye.
Yeah.